On the track.
Hello and welcome to season 4 of the Trial by Error Variety Show podcast. I'm your host, Chazzle Dazzle. We're gonna have a good time. Let's go. And we are back in this motherfucker for episode 79. Let me tell you something. We haven't put out an episode in weeks, months. It's been about 6 weeks. And we are getting downloads galore. So thank you to our new listeners who are coming in, rolling in hot. I am just like... I'm shocked, you guys. Honestly, I'm super stoked to be back for season 4 and to open up with this guest from Ashland, Oregon. These dudes are one of my favorites and have been since they put out their first EP. It was sort of like a new rendition of Chill Wave that really didn't exist in 2015. And now here we are in 2021, the year of the new weird, and we have their sophomore album, Bite Your Tongue. So we're gonna do what we do when we got a band with a discography that goes on for a few years. We're gonna skim the singles. You know, these are the ones that they have videos. They're very well played on streaming services, and we think you'll like them. I also encourage you to go to all these streaming services, especially our Bandcamp collection. Find these albums for yourself, favorite them, buy them, and check out the album tracks because they're just as good as the singles. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Enjoy.
Hey, thanks for having us. How you doing?
Good, man.
Cool.
Am I too loud? I feel like I'm clipping.
Oh, you're crispy clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then let's roll.
Yeah, wait, does my audio sound all right? Last podcast we just did, Taylor said I had some issues.
It's
Can you
not
hear
clipping.
me?
Yeah, I hear you fine. Cool.
Cool. Very cool.
So you've had a press day, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
That's
Small
a
one.
great thing, man.
Thank you.
It's a
Yeah,
great
it's
thing.
cool.
One of the hardest things for me to see on this end is when I'm so excited about a band and then it's like other people aren't, you know? And so like to catch somebody on like a press day when you're like, yeah, man, like we've been talking about ourselves all day. You're like primed, you know? There's just no it's like, why am I the
there's
only
no
one excited
shame.
about this?
There's no shame
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just show up and I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, okay, so the new album. They're like, okay, so finally somebody's talking about this. So I guess I caught you guys in 2015. I just for a short stint in Oregon, and I didn't get to see you guys live. I just kind of got to meet Mitchell, and I actually worked with your sister on a farm up there, and she's like, dude, my brother has the coolest band. You got to check out their band, and yeah, so I've been kind of hooked. And it's been pretty consistent as far as like albums every 2 years, an EP here and there. So the one thing that always strikes me about you guys is just like kind of circling back to that is like, why aren't more people excited about this? And are you working on that? Are you working on getting more people excited about your shit? 'Cause it's so good.
Thank you.
Oh yeah,
I
go ahead, Brenton.
He's like, yeah, I'm trying.
We're trying, man. No, I think, we've been pretty successful for what we've done, and we're trying our best, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. So, pretty thankful for that. And I guess we'll see. Yeah.
Do you guys own your own stuff?
I'm sorry, what was that? I didn't
Do
hear
y'all own your own music? Do y'all have the?
We do. So we
publishing
have,
rights and
yeah, we do. I mean, we share some of the ownership with the record label. given it's
Yeah.
specific to each contract. But in the long term, we do have complete ownership over our music.
That's very cool. But see, that's kind of a speed bump, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like you're holding on to your art, but also it's like, nobody's out there trying to like sell it from you guys.
Sure.
Which is great.
Yeah.
How did you guys come together? I might ask questions that you get asked all the time.
Oh no, that's fine. Yeah.
I just want our listeners to get to know you
guys.
You know,
we get better at answering them every time.
Yeah.
At this point, you'll get the best answers so far.
Okay. Good. The polished ones.
Yeah, the polished answers. We both played music. When I moved down to Ashland for school, Mitchell was playing in a band in high school, and I had a little college band. And just by the size of the community, we eventually were playing shows together. And I think we probably met a couple times, but just in passing. And then somewhere down the line, Mitchell ended up coming over to jam with me. We ended up like smoking spliffs and hanging out, and we had a good time. And kind of forgot about it. And then like a couple years down the line, I remember coming home. I had a roommate, walked by his room, looked to the right, and I see Mitchell hanging out in my roommate's room. So Mitchell was friends with my roommate. I say, hey, I remember you. Hey, what's going on? Little handshake, little hello, how are you? And we had just ended up a little kiss on the cheek. And I said, yeah, I didn't like it. But we ended up playing music in the garage, and it worked out ever since then.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have such good chemistry from back here. So it hasn't ever been tough to work with each other. You guys you meld pretty good.
Oh man.
I mean, there's been a couple, little things here and there. We've always been.
It's been super. Together. It's been so easy. Yeah.
Do you guys kind of like define your roles? Because I know you're both multi-instrumentalists. Do you kind of like say like, no, this is where I'm sticking right here, or is it kind of like, no, hey, look, I've got this. I really want to play this part, and
I mean, I guess. I don't know. We kind of share a lot of the roles when it comes to writing the music, for sure. Like when it comes to some of the lyrics, if I'm not doing anything that day, I'm writing lyrics. If we are with each other that day, we're both writing lyrics. And same with kind of the instrumentation too. Like we'll get together and come up with everything pretty much together, unless I'm by myself, or something like that. And I just have an idea. And Brenton will always come to me with ideas, and we'll start recording. So yeah, it's pretty shared.
That's opinion. Good. Yeah. I feel like it's just analyzing it and just hopping from one album to an EP. There's like a really good consistency with the way you guys write. Whereas like there's a definite style in like your riffs and your patterns, but everything's still every time you put something out, it feels very fresh, and there's like an extra layer of surrealism, it's almost like the last album was like sexy, and then this one's just like weird.
Cool.
Yeah.
I feel like that definitely coincides with what we're listening to in the moment too. So like we get a lot of influences from just the random stuff we're listening to that week, and like whether it comes to the drums or just the idea of how the song is, so like that's why this new album is all over the place, is because we're listening to new stuff nonstop. That our music sense is constantly changing. So
yeah. What's your kind of, where do you guys meet? And then like say you're on a road trip, there's obviously stuff that you come together on, but where do you like kind of have to force it onto the other? Like, why don't you like them yet, man? I've been showing you these guys for years, and it's just not sticking.
It's so fun. Brenton's always trying to get me to love Lil Wayne, and it's just not.
Well, here's the deal. I don't expect anyone. I don't expect you to love Lil Wayne, Mitchell, but we're gonna listen to Wayne once in a while. We'll listen to it. Yeah,
we're gonna respect Wayne.
Yeah, we'll respect him. And you know what? Mitchell does listen. He shuts up and listens, and that's all I ask.
I just sit back in the back seat while Brenton's up there.
Honestly, the only reason I would listen to Wayne on tour or on the way to a show is because it puts me in a really good mood and would break some of my tension. So it like wasn't even, it was
I definitely see you get
Yeah,
loosened up
it's
after
more it's
listening to some
medicinal.
Wayne.
So
Yeah. Don't you hate that
Yeah.
though when you get in that mode, right? So Mitchell's respectful of Wayne. He's respectful of
he
your
knows
vibe,
he
right?
knows it's
Because he sees
important.
it.
Yeah, I listen.
Yeah.
But then
Oh
there's
yeah,
that person
it's
that
very important.
when they recognize, it's like seeing Santa Claus. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's over at that point. Like it's just so tainted. And it's like, dude, you're only hyped because you listen to that Wayne shit. You're not Wayne, you know? And then it's like you got to go on stage with that anxiety. Like, fuck you, man. I built that up the whole way here. The whole way here.
Yeah, yeah.
There's that guy though. He exists, and I'm glad that you guys can be that for each other though.
No,
Just like
we actually,
not
it's
just sort of
funny.
form a
We do have a pretty big Venn diagram of taste, right? Like we definitely, Mitchell's showed me some weird shit that took me a while to appreciate, and vice versa. Um, but it definitely gets pulled towards the middle, and I think our tastes are a lot more similar than they were, 4 years ago.
mm-hmm.
I think when it comes to the harder rock, though, we're both like always very into, like kind of like Queens
Sure.
of the Stone
Yeah.
Age, or like stuff like that. We're all both like,
Oh yeah, but yeah,
we
there
can
were
listen
some
to
certain
this.
things that off the bat,
Yeah.
like Modest Mouse. We connected on Modest Mouse really early.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
stuff like that. James Blake and what have you.
Have you guys ever? I heard a rumor, and it was while I was up in Ashland that I heard this rumor.
Uh-oh.
That no, but it's not about Ashland. But somebody was talking. It's about Modest Mouse, and it's just a rumor, and I could probably Google this. But have you heard it? That they have like a recording studio, I guess, or a practice space where people can just go watch, like kind of like a public space. You can just go like chill in the yard and watch them. And it seems like something y'all would do.
I have heard this story before. Like I've heard
Yeah.
stories of, oh yeah, my buddy was at a park and he could just listen to Isaac Brock screaming in his garage. Who knows? I have no idea.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty absurd, but
Yeah.
I hope it's true.
It would be.
Yeah.
Like I said, it seems like something you would do. And if I had asked that and like got the other answer, it
Oh.
would have been like, there would have been a story behind that.
Yeah.
Isaac Brock was just
Yeah.
screaming
Yeah.
in his garage too. He
Yeah.
You're like, I saw him at his
I heard
mailbox, like
Isaac Brock
yelling at the neighbor,
Mhm.
like
scream.
about an oil stain. It was like
Right.
fucking weird.
Mhm.
So out of character.
Yeah, it was like having an argument with like a neighbor, I think, and it was weird.
No, he wasn't playing guitar or anything.
Yeah.
Just happened to be driving through his neighborhood.
I know you're better than what you said. You're running out in the summer field with the clothes you shed. You go so slow in the way you wanna turn my head. You left your handy box of matches under your bed. Whoa, I remember sitting in your backyard, wishing we were high. You close your
guys putting out music right now, I mean, speaking of confidence, did anything stop you guys from putting out music right now, knowing shows are sort of still wishy-washy, half capacity at best?
I mean, we definitely had a plan to release this before anything was happening with the pandemic and stuff. And once that hit, it did kind of damper our moods, and it did set it back a little bit. But I mean, it's like we've had this music, so it's like there's no point in holding on to it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I was,
I mean, what do you think?
beyond, maybe a couple pushbacks here and there. And I mean, some of the album was recorded during quarantine, so it only feels right to release it during quarantine. Why not?
Yeah, it's sort of that timestamp. Definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's just it's interesting because a lot of people sort of rely on getting back, studio, whatever capital they've put into a recording that's taken years. And they kind of rely on those merch sales or the distribution or whatever. And a lot of that just comes from touring. But I love that people are still putting out new music right now, because this pandemic would suck without new movies, new music, like with theaters being closed and you can just watch stuff. It's been pretty helpful, I'd say, for the mental well-being, but music above all.
I think
And I was so what's up?
I was going to say, you put it well. It's just like a timestamp. Like, if anything, this will be like our quarantine album, and that's what it's going to represent. And hopefully shows through and can, make some people laugh, cry, and dance about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of that, the videos are really fun.
Oh,
a lot of dancing, a lot of weird, just costuming and kind of grainy footage.
Yeah.
Sort of the MO.
Yeah.
But the new video for in your head is it's like a new thing for you guys as far as the animation and stuff.
Yeah. So the story behind that one is that video is made by a video creator called Surreal Entertainment. That's a YouTube creator who I've been following for a really long time. Really like their videos, really weird, cool stuff. And just out of a whim, hit him up, sent the record, said, hey, we would love to work with you. And we actually got a response. And from there, that video ended up being made, and it was really cool. So I'm personally tied to that video a bit, just because I'm a huge fan of the guy that made it.
Like a curator in that sense. It's really awesome, man. Yeah, that was like, it kind of shocked me, because all of your videos have been just you guys kind of filming yourselves dancing, and when you go through that door and you're just like, what the fuck is happening right now? This is
exactly right.
It's perfect.
Yeah,
dude. It fits the mood.
That's been everyone's response so far.
Yeah,
which is where
we love it.
That's the exact response we wanted.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Yeah, shout out to Surreal Entertainment for that. That's legit cool, man.
Thank you.
Putting together your other videos, and you've got other people in your videos kind of doing really weird stuff like licking knives or stuff like that. I think I'm thinking of like the Vision.
That happened.
I'm pretty sure in Vision there was that. I might be wrong, but let me go.
It's hard to keep up with it. Yeah.
Probably right.
Right?
Yeah.
They just look so fun, but the energy is so different than the environment. I don't know. How do you guys like literally sit down with sort of a vision board, or did you just film like a party, film just whatever, and then like, let's make something out of this? I'm just so curious, because somehow it fits almost every time you do this. I know some of these, obviously you put on makeup, you sort of have a script or whatever. But some of the home video ones seem almost just like serendipitously they fell into place with this music, especially your older videos.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of it was just, we're going to film our environment on weekends and who we're hanging out with and whatever we're doing. And, take
even the stuff with the makeup and stuff. It's planned is, hey, we should put on makeup. And then we just start filming us doing random stuff. So it's not, there's never really like a plot line to our videos, but we're always able to.
That's kind of how we make music anyways, though.
Yeah, same way how we make music. Yeah.
I love it, man. Is there anything you regretted along the way of like giving out too much to people, as far as like, is there sort of a mystique you guys like to have about your stuff? Does that happen a lot of times with you guys, where you're trying to like present something and somebody like comes out of left field and just gives way too much out to people? Like, are always on the same page when you give interviews, kind of thing, or like, has anybody ruined any surprises recently?
I don't think so. I don't think we don't plan too much about it. You know, the press thing is kind of new for us.
Yeah.
We had never really considered doing any press before, and right now it's kind of a why not. I think that has to do with, you know, pandemic as well. We have a lot of energy and free time to use. So something like doing press and podcasts just makes sense for us right now. It had never been on our mind before. But revealing secrets, no, I think we could talk about anything you want to know.
I wish I would have known that. I just think it's interesting because I'm always reaching out to bands, and if I don't get a response, I just like respect the mystique, you
Sure.
know, because like I know a podcast can be like a little intimate where there's like way too much time. It's not just like a little blurb in an
Sure,
article
sure.
or whatever. So, but do you feel like that threatens you guys' character at all by like popping that bubble and just like, all right, let's go talk on podcast? Or is, you know, I don't think it does. To
I
be
don't
honest.
I don't
Like,
think it does either. No.
Yeah.
Same. I don't think it does either. I think it's a good way of showing people that we're not that
Mm-mm.
like
More-
mysterious. If we come off that way, we're kind of just two goofy guys that like to make
Yeah, and I
music.
don't mean to like make you sound like you're trying to be. I just know that, like you said, it's just not on your mind, and it's just not on a lot of people's mind. Like, no, man,
Yeah.
let's just let the art speak for itself.
Mhm.
You know, like we don't need to.
Yeah.
We've said enough, kind of in that.
Right. I
But-
guess it feels like I don't have too much, too many important things to say, I suppose.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's the other thing is like we've been asked to do interview stuff in the past, and it's almost like, oh shit, like what would
Mhm.
we even
Yeah.
say? Because you know it's like 3 years of being a band, only have like a couple albums out or whatever, and it's like we don't even know how to answer some of these questions because we've not even
Mhm.
experienced
Mhm.
like anything yet to even have an answer.
But that
for
is an
that.
answer.
But I think at this point we're good point.
Yeah.
Good
And just
point,
like a
good point.
song, this is just a timestamp, you know.
Mhm.
For
Yeah, exactly.
I just love that.
I think that's something we're realizing too more is like, well, we can do these things without knowing every single answer
Mhm.
too. So we're getting more comfortable with the podcast world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like it.
good. What other podcast do y'all listen
Fun,
to,
right?
if any?
I listen to all sorts of podcasts. That's like what I listen to during the day more than music for sure. Like I like my crime
Yeah.
podcast. Like there's this one called Crime Town. It's
I
pretty
think
good.
I've heard.
Then
I think I've heard
Criminal.
all Crime Town. Yeah,
Yeah, that's an
that's a good
awesome
one.
podcast. And then Criminal. There's just
Sword and Scale?
I mean, I could go on forever. Sword and Scale. I think Kyle was showing
Mhm.
me that one. I haven't quite gotten to that.
A lot of
one
people
yet, but-
are. They think the host is kind of pretentious. He gets in like a lot of Twitter wars with people, and he's just
Oh really?
very outspoken. But man, he's an incredible narrator, you know, for some of these stories. But he doesn't really dive into serial killing. It's just like people who snap. But their motto is the
Okay.
worst monsters are real.
Hmm.
That's
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
yeah. It's pretty dark. But what about like have you guys heard there's a new one called The Real Dictators? And it's sort of like it's a history
No.
podcast, but it's
Okay. I'll have to check
45
that out.
minutes in like 3-part series of like, you know, straight up famous dictators. It's done really well, but it's through their personal lives. They'll have like their personal servants or people who have served with them are actually being able to tell these tales and really paint a different picture of like Saddam Hussein and people
Weird.
like that.
That's weird
you know?
stuff. Yeah.
Mhm. Very
Interesting.
strange.
No, I definitely want to hear that.
Trying to think of what other cool ones have just come out recently. Do you like comedy podcasts by chance?
Yeah, I do.
Like
Definitely. Brendan, we need to get Brendan on
Yeah.
some podcasts. Do you
What?
listen to podcasts?
Oh, literally
listen?
the only podcast I listen to is Bill Burr's podcast.
the Monday morning or
Both.
Bill Burr?
The Monday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listen to that one whenever I get the time, and
another
he
one?
does like 2 a week, so that keeps me
Mm-hmm.
satisfied for podcasts. Yeah, that's the only one I really listen to.
He does so much sports.
I
That's
like
why
it.
I can't. Yeah.
I don't even follow sports, but I like Bill Burr enough to
Yeah.
I like how literally, yeah. I don't follow sports, but the way he talks
It's
about
funny, yeah.
anything it makes me enjoy it.
You know it's accurate. Like you know it's a well thought out rant.
Oh sure, he'll make some obscure
Yeah.
reference to like some 1940s quarterback, and it's like it's a well enough executed joke that I can laugh at it without knowing who that
Yeah.
quarterback is.
And he's accurate too. I've seen people put videos of that event to him talking, and it's like scene for
Wow.
scene almost. Like the dude's very accurate about the stories.
Mhm.
He seems like a
tells,
super
so.
meticulous person. I mean,
Mhm.
he's a drummer, which that takes like a whole different mindset altogether.
Yeah.
And to fly a helicopter,
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus.
I think there's credit to his
Yeah.
ADHD. I think that's what he gives the credit to.
yeah, you gotta dabble, but to be able to dabble in so much, like you just become like a master of none. And I know he'll like say that too, but to be able just to fly a helicopter, dude, you gotta master some shit.
That's
Like,
pretty cool. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Or just to do stand up, man, in front of that many people would be insane.
So much respect for that. I mean, the fact, the stand-up world is crazy because even the greats, they've all bombed. They've all been heckled and they've all been booed. We've never been booed, hardly been heckled. The music world is so different, man. I do not think I'm built to be booed off stage, man.
Yeah, imagine playing a song and then someone's
like boring. Right.
With him, and you're like,
I
shit.
would piss myself and cry, and that's how I would go viral, and my career would take off. So wait a minute, maybe that's what I should do.
Maybe that's
Or like that scene that from the Brian Jonestown and Dandy Warhol's doc where they were booing them and Anton like kicks that dude in the head.
Yeah. Is that blood? Yeah.
from other people,
other faces. Yeah, that's hilarious. That's a great line.
God damn. Yeah. So yeah, you don't if you don't piss yourself, you just snap.
Totally.
That would probably be the worst thing that would ever happen.
That's a nightmare.
Because I already suffer from stage fright.
Right.
So it's like to be
same. We both do. I mean,
really?
Yeah, Mitchell and I get very anxious before shows. Like we don't.
You just sweat a lot. You sweat a lot up there.
Dry heave.
Oh, dude, I'm the sweatiest person. He's heaving, I'm sweating. It's not.
Oh, you go the other way with like where it's like that crank on your stomach. I just get hot. Like I'm like, whatever, dude. I'm sweat this out.
Suspended in time. The question that's on my mind. You said it didn't make a difference, but ghosts flow like summer clothes. Happens just about every night.
didn't ever have that when I was a kid, man. Like doing, talent shows or one act plays or whatever the hell they were. And then it was like I started playing music, and I wonder if it's just like a behind your own art or something. I don't know, but I never had stage fright.
Yeah, I think it's, the music is a little personal, like you're really proud of
Mhm.
it, so it's terrifying to think that other people wouldn't like it.
I've never thought about like where that anxiety comes from until just now. That's
It's
cool.
weird and it sucks. I hate it.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, there's got to be a way to fix it. I just, for some reason, I just like put it to the back of my mind, and then I go on stage and melt.
maybe medication. Sort,
Yeah.
right? I'm not using the right drugs.
Yeah. And then you try to like overcompensate with the wrong drugs,
Yeah.
and then that's a whole different show, like one you can't repeat,
Yeah, thankfully I'll just over caffeinate. That's usually how I get through it.
Yeah.
I know myself better. I'm a slug of a human if I smoke pot, and I'm a lightweight with alcohol, and I'm a very sloppy drunk. So I just already know that about myself.
Do the shows get pretty wild? I mean, do you guys play in some pretty cool? You played Brick Room, right?
Brick Room was our main spot.
Yeah, we like Brick Room a lot. They would kind of get wild, I guess. As wild as the venue would allow. Yeah, we definitely try to rock. There's definitely people.
Yeah, nothing beats a good house show. No, our best were definitely house shows. Yeah, you have a little more room to be a little sloppy, and I think those were the shows that we would be like, okay, we can get drunk tonight, boys.
We could all have fun. Yeah. Sometimes you get a mic to the face. You're like, your eyes are closed, and someone bumps into the mic stand and goosh, like right into the mouth.
Yes. You feel it, dude. Or you just, somebody spills beer on a wire and there's a leak and the mic's hot all night.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. Oh my god, getting zapped.
And there's always some bozo who's like drunkenly trying to like play the drums. It's like, let me.
Or like after the show, they try to grab the mic and they're like, oh, just saying something stupid, and you have to go and
play Nirvana.
Right. You hate
Christ, we're not that.
You hate that guy, but we've all been that guy. So
I've definitely like had to walk that guy to my car and drive him home several times.
Good for you.
Like, again, Teen Spirit? They're not playing Teen Spirit, dude. They're a fucking jazz ensemble, dude. They're not doing Teen Spirit.
I think, you know what, though? I'd be surprised if there isn't a smooth jazz rendition of Teen Spirit.
But there shouldn't be.
There shouldn't be.
There doesn't have to be.
Smooth, smooth jazz turns music into Christmas music, right? And I hate it.
And there's a place for that in video game lobbies.
Sure.
Yeah. And have you guys experienced the Cyberpunk glitches? You guys done any of that?
I watched the.
I've been watching.
Yeah, me too.
So I don't actually own any video game systems. I haven't played video games in years, but I love keeping up with video game culture. I think it's so much fun. So seeing the backlash to Cyberpunk is really funny.
Yeah,
I know people are pissed. They're like, they show the shadows and when they're swimming or just like shooting into the water, and then they'll show like a GTA from like GTA 3 clip, and it's so much better graphics. It's like, oh no.
You know what Cyberpunk should do is, instead of like patching the glitches, they should just change the storyline a bit. They patch the story and say, oh, the simulation's like glitchy. Like that world is a glitchy simulation. So
solved. Never played the game. Fucking just rewrote it.
Right.
It's
just
perfect.
Rewrote it. Yeah.
It's perfect now. Think about that, Cyberpunkers.
Right. Pay me.
It's a simulation.
Pay
man.
me.
It's glitchy. Get around it. Figure it out. Master it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I do want to get it though. I think it'd be fun to at least try out, because I've only seen people trash it, so I don't even know actually how.
Same. It's like so hyped up where I'm like, man, this looks really like a very painful yet adventurous experience.
It's probably fun. It's probably a great game. No,
it's
like,
probably. It's just.
These picky nerds will trash everything that comes out. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm like slowly becoming one of those picky nerds ever since the pandemic. I've been like gaming
Yeah.
a lot.
Dude, I know. I relate to that. So I don't even want to tell you like the stupid fake coinage, the amount of fake coinage I've bought in this pandemic.
Oh,
My
sure.
God, yeah.
It's not even real, dude. And like there are things I really want still.
Well, it's real to you.
I'm spending it all on rupees on
Yeah.
Zelda.
Yeah, if you want to,
Straight
if you
up.
want a little more perspective on my video game history, I used to play Dota. So I don't know if you have any Dota.
Okay, yeah.
I was hoping you would have. Okay, never mind. Anyone listening that plays Dota understands why I don't play video games anymore.
Is it PC? What is it?
It's a PC game. It's shit. I can't. It's hard to describe, but it brings out the worst in you.
I never got into the PC because my parents would never let me like really sit behind the computer when I was living at their house. You know what I mean? There was issues.
Yeah.
There was issues. But we'll just leave it at that.
I definitely grew up in a video game family. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I grew up with the NES. You know, I've kind of watched the development. I've kept up with the console wars, as they say.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think I don't know where I stand now with PS5 and the Xbox, whatever that is. I don't know where I stand because they're
Nintendo,
both way too
baby.
expensive. Yeah.
Dude, I just
Awesome.
got the Nintendo Switch. I was catching Pokemon about 5 minutes before.
Love
we got
that.
on
See,
this,
that's
so
what I would go for.
I'm literally
I would go for the
obsessed.
Switch just for my sanity,
I'm
right?
obsessed.
Yeah. Because you can go mobile
It's
with
fun.
it. It's actually it's genius. It's like
Yeah,
Game Boy,
it's
which
cool.
was the coolest shit ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were a kid,
Yeah.
dude, and you had the Game Boy on the school bus, I was like,
You're
yeah.
the cool kid.
I'd never had the Game Boy, but I was like, I knew that kid was cool. I thought he was.
Mm-hmm.
But Game Boys are still expensive now.
Yeah.
Getting better and better.
But you know what? They're really not. But yeah, so like what that's a good rabbit hole to go down. Like where do you find yourself very irresponsible with your money? Like where you need to put it somewhere else, where does it go?
Literally since this pandemic, the fucking video games. I'm like, I should not spend $60 on a game. But then I feel my hand going to my wallet and like pulling it out and going to the register with the game. And I'm like, what am I doing? Wait, what am I doing? And I spend $60.
Do you want the protection?
And I'm like, yeah, I do want the protection. There's that for sure.
What about you, Brenton?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. I think I spend too much money. I was thinking about like I own too much shit. So honestly, buying anything at this point, I'm guilty about. I have to like clothes. Why do I need another shirt? Oh, I don't have that color. Yeah, that kind of shit. Or I spend too much on like food and clothes. I would say.
Well, you can't. Well, don't spend too much on food.
Yeah, you can't feel bad about that.
Yeah, I know. I just mean I probably shouldn't be eating like takeout Thai food. Yeah,
eating out
every day, every night.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Do you find yourself like me? I have way too many black shirts. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's like those are way too tempting.
I think I'm wearing all black right now. I think we both kind of.
Yeah, that's when you said like, oh, I don't have this color. That's like where I'm at in my life. That's why I'm wearing shit like this now because I'm like, dude, I gotta break it up. For the last 10 years, I feel like I've been collecting anything black with a cool logo. You know?
Right. No.
That's where
terrible.
I'm at still. I like literally. I'm all in black right now.
Yeah. So I don't even want to sell merch. I don't even want to sell black merch for this podcast, you know? But I know it'll sell. And it's like, that's the line I'm trying not to.
That's the color I would buy.
I know. That's the color anyone would buy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let's make some lime green, you know? No. People will go hunting in my podcast stuff, though. That'll be cool. I'll make some hunting vests.
I know, yeah, cool. Camouflage is kind of hip these days. So.
Safety vest? Yeah. That is pretty cool. What's like a destination spot for you guys overseas where like people are already engaging with your music?
I think we would go to Russia.
Russia? That'd be so fun.
Yeah, I think
we had like this weird thing happen where all of our ads
go to Russia? For some reason the algorithm preferred Russia. So we have some.
Yeah, and like we get
Russian comments that's like all in the Russian alphabet. It'll be like Russian, all in Russian, and then be like, "Release okay." Like it's almost threatening. Like, we're getting threats to release certain songs, which is fine.
But so we're gonna try to go to Russia.
Dude, that would be so fun.
I would love to go. And I haven't been anywhere, and I would love to go anywhere.
Yeah, like I've been on the West Coast, and then like I went to Mexico a few times when I was a kid.
I would
and that is it.
I would have
No,
culture
I'm not-
shock in Canada. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've made up my mind, didn't say anything to you. You show me the fines on the life you knew. Put it past the house to the alleyway to show me that you going off now at a quick rate, asking for the truth. Oh, put it past the house to the alleyway. Show me that you going off now at a quick rate, asking for the truth. Lie down to the floor on my stomach. Find out that it takes to run it. Lie down to the floor on my stomach. Find out that it takes to run it. Find out.
I've been talking to Laramie recently in the Shaky Harlots.
Oh,
I've been
awesome.
kind of polishing up some stuff.
Oh,
They
nice.
sent me a bunch of demos. Have you guys y'all haven't played any shows together, have you? As Shaky Harlots? I know Group Hug did, but not as
Oh no,
I don't think
I don't think so.
Harlots.
No,
That would
they
be a
kick
fun house
ass.
party.
Yeah, abs. That would be, man. I would love to play a house party with them. They're awesome.
I'm gonna set that up.
Man,
fun.
that would be
I would love
rad.
to play
Yeah.
anything right now. There's been nothing. No one wants. Well, obviously, no one wants to do a show. There's a freaking pandemic happening.
Dude,
but-
you know what'd be cool? Is a listening party for you guys could do that via Zoom.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing now. Is like we got to start figuring out our streaming performances and how to make those really cool, and
Yeah.
people are gonna want to tune in every time we do it. It's starting. I mean, I hope it doesn't stay like that forever because that would suck.
Mhm.
But it's definitely something we got to start kind of
Yeah.
figuring out.
Yeah.
Because then anyone can still
Maybe
watch
we'll
us.
start a variety show.
Maybe
I can have a monologue and piss myself.
get one in your area, and I'll hype it.
Thank you.
You know, I mean, that's a pretty good shtick. All you got to do is drink some stuff and pee,
Yeah.
and then just keep it cash.
Pee.
You know,
Fun fact: Mitchell has a tiny, tiny little bladder. He has the tiniest bladder in the world. He pisses
so
all
small.
day.
So we will leave the rest stop, and about 30 minutes later, I can feel it coming, and I'll just be like, "Well, I'll ask in like 10 minutes," because we were just at a rest stop. I piss everyone off with my small bladder.
do the Ray LaFleur from Trailer Park Boys. Just get you a piss.
No. The way she goes.
Yeah.
Way the road.
The way of the road. Good one, Brenton. Jesus. That's a good callback.
Yeah.
My kid just walked in, so
Thank you.
I'll scale back on the profanity.
Oh, sure.
I don't even know if I was going down anywhere.
I think
vulgar,
we're PG.
Yeah, I think.
No.
I mean,
Yeah,
Trailer Park
let's. Yeah.
It's
They just put out a new series. They're in jail now. Have y'all seen this? Yeah.
No, it sounds hilarious already.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
They're in jail.
Terry.
Got caught.
Yeah, they
Okay.
got caught. Well, they were getting chips and pop for Bubbles, and somebody tried to. They left like a joint burning in their car, and the car caught on fire. And somebody tried to put it out, and they accused the guy of like trying to steal the car. And Julian pulled a gun on him, and then they got accused of like stealing shit from the store because they walked out all in a huff, and that's why they're in jail. And so they're in there, but now jail is not what jail was. There's no dope, there's no booze. It's jail. And Ricky is like smoking hairspray on wood chips. Or no, bug spray, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, it's wild, man.
That's funny.
It's really
Go
bad.
check that out.
It's like probably like their worst season as far as like over the line.
Oh, it's actually bad.
It's
I mean, like,
you know,
don't watch it.
No. It's terrific. It's like laugh out loud, but as far as like they're basically using this to like push over the line as far as like
that's fine.
It's great. Yeah, I love it. It's what you want from this show.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I got to see Jim and Randy's cheeseburger picnic, and they came through like our little town, like an hour from here, dude.
Oh, that's
and there was
awesome.
like 50 people there. It was so crazy.
Wow, that is crazy and obscure.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
They were just like putting on it's kind of like a Cheech and Chong-esque thing where they had inventions they were trying out, and one of them was just a trash bag with a window so you could hotbox in public. You basically just like put the trash bag over you, and then you have like the window that has a zipper, and then you just like hit it, and then you can like get it back in the bag. No, it was ridiculous,
man.
And they're like presenting this to you guys.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like, you can get these right now at the merch booth. They're just trash bags with like they're trash bags with saran wrap like taped to the front. Public hot box.
Brilliant. Yeah. I'd buy one.
Yeah, of course. They were $5. You know, why would you not?
Just to have it.
But it's just like I think he died like 6 months after that. It was just so unexpected, you know.
Yeah.
But it was just like it's one of the funniest shit, man. Just he had a not a didgeridoo, but just some sort of weird 2-stringed. What is that? It's a 2-string guitar. It's got like a D. It's a D name. Total D name.
I don't know.
Yeah. It has like a that kind of twang. That kind of twang.
I think I know. You know, I know the sound that you're talking about. Yeah, but I don't know what it's called.
Well,
we're not the brightest.
I drew a total blank on it too, but it's not a didgeridoo. It's not that. But shit, man.
No.
I guess that's it. I wanted to promote your videos. I wanted to let people know that Bite Your Tongue is out there. And it's going to be out there in a week, right?
I think what's today?
Today,
The 29th.
What-
5
it's-
days.
It's out. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's coming out in
5
2
days.
weeks,
Very awesome.
so, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Before I let you go,
We're
the
excited.
listening party. Do y'all have anything like that planned for like the day of the release, like with fans or anything?
We
That's the thing is we
It's easy.
the answer is no. I know
because
we don't want to say no, even though the answer is no.
absolutely
As of
no.
now,
Right, but stay
Not
tuned.
really. But
Right, there's still
No.
4 days. You know, just our parents. We'll call our parents,
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna hang out with my
Mhm.
mom that day.
and there'll be and
I don't even think she knows I'm
No,
releasing
say,
an
yeah.
album, so I'll let her know.
they're just annoyed.
like, oh, it's out. Oh, it's out. Okay.
All right.
By the way, Mom, I
Yeah.
make music. That's all.
That's great. That's great. Did you come here to help me with stuff? Did you come over to?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how my
yeah.
mom is.
Move
The
the
same way
box,
I'm
please.
like, hey mom, I got this episode. I'm talking to these really cool dudes I've been like trying to talk to for a few years now. Oh, that's cool. Hey, do you have time to clean the gutters? Or
Yeah.
shit. You're not gonna hear the interview, are you?
That's
I know.
fine. I think that's healthy.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
They shouldn't care.
Yeah, I don't want them to listen.
Yeah. They shouldn't
Yeah,
care.
I'm fielding it.
about
I'm like,
that.
oh, good.
you know.
Well, I got a
Yeah,
copy of the LP.
exactly.
I'm gonna throw it up here in the
cool.
studio, and
Awesome.
I've got a tape that I'm gonna put up. I collect tapes of all the artists that have been on the show, so you'll be
Cool.
in our library forever.
Very cool.
Yeah, I won't open that tape.
Make sure you put it make sure you put it at shin height,
Well, okay,
so no one can see it.
okay. Well, I like to put it really tall, like really high up, so it just gets really dusty and nobody sees it that way.
There we go.
Mitchell's
Yeah,
cats,
that's
he wants in.
Yeah.
He like
Yeah.
woke up and just like starts attacking the
Mhm.
mic.
Mhm.
Sees a cord.
Attacking me.
I'm definitely going back to Oregon, and I'm gonna have to plan it around a Slow Corpse show at some point.
You're
You know
too
what?
kind
I'm gonna
to
bring
do
it to the Shaky Harlots Slow Corpse party that I'm planning.
There we go, because that's the
Yeah.
positive reinforcement we need
Yeah.
right now. We will play that.
I'll get that
Shaky
working out for
Harlots
you
house
guys.
show.
Be like,
Oh, it'd be so much fun.
fucking
Yeah,
make it
no,
happen.
It'd be
COVID
rowdy.
test
Yeah.
all around. Let's make it happen.
Right. If we need to play in bubbles, we will. Okay. Or hey, let's use those trash bags that they were selling, and
$5.
And you're
That's
in.
all it takes.
And that comes with a beer cup. But you just have to drink it in
Cool.
your bag.
yeah,
That's cool though, dude. That's safe. Be safe.
no,
That's good.
we're trying.
Yeah.
I don't feel safe.
Yeah,
Fine,
you
yeah.
shouldn't. It's a dangerous world.
Sometimes I don't-
It's a dangerous world. Mitchell knows that.
I don't go.
He listens to a lot of
Don't go outside.
podcasts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You gotta stop
Oh, yeah.
listening to those podcasts, Mitchell. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm not trying to kill you. I'm trying to be your friend. Now eat the soup.
I think everyone's trying to kill me.
Why is the soup blue?
Yeah, because you like blue. It's your favorite flavor.
Yes. Well, thank you guys so much for fucking hanging out. And,
Yeah, thanks for having us. It was a pleasure. And we should do it again. We're starting to get into the groove of the whole podcast thing, so I think we're more accustomed to actually talking.
Well, you bombed this one, so next time let's do
Oh,
better.
we know.
Let's
Yeah.
do better next time.
Oh, we're atrocious.
Right on, man.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Here are some TBE reviews. I can't do that.
Reviews.
Reviews.
And you heard her correct. Reviews. We have some ratings and reviews. And I just want to say thank you guys so much right off the top of this, because I didn't realize there were so many actually written out reviews. And not to mention, there's about 40 5-star reviews and a couple of 2 stars. I see a 4-star on there. I'd wish for the person with 2 stars to come back and write an actual review. I'd like to know how I could please that person. But let's get into some of the other reviews. All right, this is a 5-star entitled Great Show, and it is by Shaky Kid. It says, great for driving, a nice mix of music and fun information. Also, a great and fun way to discover new bands. 10 out of 10. That's pretty solid. So 5-star and 10 out of 10. It's pretty good, pretty good. This is C.A. Palmer. It's entitled Enjoyable. Also 5 stars. It says topics vary and are always interesting. Short and sweet. Thank you. Try to keep it interesting. Try to get new artists on here all the time so it's different genres. And with that, that's our review section, my friends. We will continue to read these every episode, maybe 2, maybe 3. If you want your review read, go rate and review us on iTunes. It would feel really swell, and you'll feel really good about it. So thank you guys.
Thank you so much for reading Great for Bruce. Treat your friend. Better show.
That's going to do it for this episode. Thank you once again. Please go find Bite Your Tongue on Spotify, stream it, go find it on Bandcamp, and buy it. We love you guys. See ya.
Well, I think I need my time spent doing something that I can't wait. Well, I probably shouldn't hesitate. In a bit of my spec, concentration. Your love is like the lust that can't die. I gave you something and you left it there. Well, I think I need my time spent doing something that I can't wait. Okay, it's getting worse. Coming up with problems when I feel okay. Think I'm gonna say, 'cause I'm gonna leave you if you say no way. It's getting worse. Coming up with problems when I feel okay. Feeling kinda off today. Probably shouldn't wait again. I ain't tryna find a new one. Always something in the way. There's something hiding on your face. Trying not to get up on my case. Okay, it's getting worse. Coming up with problems when I feel okay. Think I'm gonna say, 'cause I'm gonna leave you if you say no way. It's getting worse. Coming up with problems when I feel okay. We both been through this. I have my reason. Don't slip into it. The only reason I've been going up. I've been going up. Okay. It's getting worse. Coming up with problems when I feel okay. Think I'm gonna say, 'cause I'm gonna leave you if you say no way. It's getting worse. Coming up with problems when I feel okay. Concentration. Well, I think I need my time spent doing something that I can't wait. Well, I probably shouldn't hesitate. In a bit of my spec, concentration.